handsome fellow running for his life. That is me. And that tower? Well, in that tower, there lived a girl who was just waiting for her life to begin. We really hit it off. How you doing?
Something brought you here. Fate, destiny.
A horse.
Who's that?
They don't like me.
Who's that?
Let's just assume for the moment that everyone in here doesn't like me.
This is kind of an off day for me. This doesn't normally happen.
Tangled, Disney's 50th animated film, is a modern retelling of the classic Brothers Grimm fairy tale, Rapunzel.
The story begins with Rapunzel, who is, as the fairy tale goes, locked up in a tower by an evil witch who pretends to be her mother.
As a baby, Rapunzel receives this gift. She has magical hair, and her hair sort of has healing powers. Mother Gothel kidnaps Rapunzel as a baby, realizing the power that she has, and takes her to a tower and locks her in this tower so that Mother Gothel can use Rapunzel's hair to stay youthful and beautiful forever.
The witch has made it so that Rapunzel would never want to go out of the tower. She tries to frighten her with scary stories of what's out there. But nevertheless, Rapunzel still wants to go and see what's out there.
But Rapunzel gets the opportunity to explore the outdoors when a bandit on the run named Flynn Rider enters her tower, and he's hiding from the palace guards of the nearby kingdom. And he comes into the tower, Rapunzel holds him hostage, takes the treasure that he's storing, it's a crown stolen from the castle, and says, take me to the city, take me to the palace, take me to the kingdom, and I will give you back your treasure. Lead me there, because I don't know the way. I've been stuck in this tower my whole life. Flynn is this arrogant, sort of self-absorbed, smarmy, handsome prince type character. Even though he's not really a prince, he fills the role of the handsome prince in terms of fairy tales and Disney movies.
He's likable in the sense that Aladdin was likable, in that they're both thieves, but they both have redeeming qualities about them, so that their thief nature is sort of inconsequential in the scope of the film.
But he's very self-interested, and it's a little bit unconvincing that he would develop any sort of loyalties for Rapunzel along the way. He's doing this purely to get that crown back.
Ah, there it is. The snuggly duckling. Don't worry, very quaint place. Perfect for you. Don't want you scaring and giving up on this whole endeavor now, do we?
Well, I do like ducklings.
Yay!
The character of Rapunzel is sweet. She's naive, she's a little childish, but who wouldn't be stuck up in a tower like that for so long?
Rapunzel, voiced by Mandy Moore, was exactly what I imagined a Disney Rapunzel character to be. She was very outgoing. She wanted to go out and see the world, which is a central theme in Rapunzel.
What's really interesting about her character is she sort of has this edge, this self-preservation. And for both a female character in a Disney movie and as a princess who's been locked away as a prisoner for so long, it's quite nice to see someone with so much reserve.
Hey, you don't look so good, Blondie. Maybe we should get you home, call it a day.
Probably better off. This is a 5-star joint after all, and if you can't handle this place, well, maybe you should be back in your tower.
Is this you?
Mother Gothel is a really interesting character. She's actually quite creepy, sometimes even skin-crawling. I wouldn't want to be trapped in a tower with this woman.
The character of Mother herself is a typical Disney villainess. She's very catchy, engaging. You don't like her, but you like to hate her. But at the same time, she's not completely unlikable, which I think is interesting.
Hi. Welcome home, Mother.
Oh, Rapunzel. How you manage to do that every single day without fail. It looks absolutely exhausting, darling.
Oh, it's nothing.
Then I don't know why it takes so long. Oh, darling, I'm just teasing.
The palace horse is quite a character. It's actually pretty hilarious. Sort of has a mind of its own. He's chasing after Flynn, who is the thief. And he's almost like a dog-horse hybrid. He goes around sniffing, he gets really close to the ground, sniffing trails. He's not acting much like a horse, he's acting a lot more like a dog on fox hunt. And it's always really humorous when you've got these big animals behaving like little animals or behaving like they're just Looney Tunes, like they're nuts. And this thing is nuts, really. The animation in this film is actually quite stunning. It's very vivid, very clear, very picturesque. There's lots of opportunity to showcase colors and light, greenery.
Disney's animation department is now merged with Pixar. You can see the effects of the merge on the animation in the film. The characters look like typical Pixar humans. The eyes, the skin tone, the fluidity of the movements. It's absolutely gorgeous to look at. You get the visuals of Pixar with the storytelling power of Disney.
Flynn and Rapunzel are on this boat in front of the palace over the water, and everyone is letting lanterns into the air, and the air is just filled with lighted lanterns, and it's really quite stunning. They're singing some song underneath all of this, but you don't even notice. You're just looking at all these lights floating around and all the colors behind it. Spectacular, really. As Disney's 50th animated feature film, I'd say Tangled feels a little bit incomplete, a little bit undercooked. It's charming, but really the story isn't super tight, the characters aren't completely believable or consistent.
The animation is great, the story is great, although not as original as it could be, but that doesn't take away from the film. And overall, the movie is very engaging.
I would say see this film if you are a fan of Disney movies or animated films. It is a solid one, it's not a spectacular one. It's definitely rental material, if nothing else.
I would definitely recommend this movie. It's Disney. I mean, what more do you have to say?